We're at the 2010 OneMedForum in San Francisco. I'm joined by Jack Talley, CEO of EpiCept Corporation. Jack, thanks very much for joining us.
Good morning.
I guess we'll start with just a brief overview of EpiCept.
Sure. EpiCept is a specialty pharmaceutical company that's focused in two areas, the treatment of pain as well as cancer. And we have most of our products in the field of cancer, primarily an approved product called Sapline for acute myeloid leukemia, and then some other less advanced compounds.
Let's talk about Sapline, considering it has been approved in Europe. Can you tell us a little bit more about the drug, what it is and how it works?
Sure. Sapline is an immunomodulator that essentially activates the body's endogenous T and NK cell function and enhances your baseline immune status. In so doing, it's become an ideal agent to prolong remission maintenance in acute myeloid leukemia, the most deadly form of leukemia. We're very proud of the fact that we were able to get this product approved in Europe, and recently we were able to sign up a partner to help us in that commercialization process.
Let's talk about that partnership. What were the attributes of this company that made you decide to choose this partner?
Well, we announced just a couple of days ago that Meda, a specialty pharmaceutical company based in Stockholm, was going to be the partner to commercialize Sapline in Europe and some selected other territories. Meda, they describe themselves as a small company, but they really are a $2 billion company, and they have over 1,000 sales and marketing professionals throughout Europe. Also, they have experience in the hematology and oncology marketplace. So in terms of selecting a company for whom Sapline would be important, and also had the existing infrastructure in order to quickly make Sapline be as successful as it possibly can in Europe, we had an enormous amount of confidence that we had selected the right partner. Beyond that, we had to reach acceptable financial terms for both companies in the negotiation process, and I was quite happy with the way things turned out. I think both Meda and EpiCept view this as a win-win deal.
Great. Let's talk about the future of Sapline. Do we see other indications that you could be going forward with? Is there a possible U.S. approval on the table?
Sure. We're pursuing both of those activities separately but coordinated. First off, we are under regulatory review in Canada for the approval of Sapline. Health Canada accepted our application in the fourth quarter of last year, and they now have a target date to act on the Sapline application sometime near late in the third quarter of this year to early in the fourth quarter. So we do expect a regulatory decision on the approval of Sapline in Canada in the second half of this year. In the United States, we are in the final stages of preparing our new drug application. I expect that should be submitted in the second quarter of this year. We do believe that Sapline, because of the nature of acute myeloid leukemia and the fact that there is no other therapy that has ever been shown to prolong remission maintenance or prevent relapse in this disease, should qualify for expedited review. And if the FDA agrees with that, I would look for an FDA Oncology Drugs Advisory Committee meeting near the end of this year. So there's important regulatory decisions that are going to be forthcoming for EpiCept and Sapline in North America in 2010. With regards to other indications, we believe that the potential of Sapline in hematologic disease beyond acute myeloid leukemia makes sound scientific sense. We, of course, have to prove that in the clinic. And we are about to initiate a multi-center trial in a disease called myelodysplastic syndrome, which is often thought of as a precursor disease to acute myeloid leukemia. And so we're going to be studying that disease in combination with other therapies to see if we can delay progression to AML for these MDS patients. The other area of hematologic disease that we find particularly attractive is chronic myelogenous leukemia, a disease that today is well controlled by extended administration of Gleevec, and we're looking to see if Sapline can act in conjunction with Gleevec and eventually lead to the withdrawal of Gleevec and put these patients on a better trajectory going forward. So we're pursuing both activities.
Great. Real quickly, let's touch on your drug portfolio for pain and EpiCept MP1 for neuropathic pain. Can you tell us where you are as far as the development of this drug?
Sure, NP1 is a topical product for the treatment of neuropathic pain. We've studied postherpetic neuralgia or shingles, as well as diabetic neuropathy, and we have an ongoing trial in chemotherapy-induced neuropathy. Uh, this is a drug that has been studied in several double-blind, placebo-controlled trials, and also in over 1,000 patients with various types of neuropathic pain. And it has consistently produced a proof of concept or efficacy signal in these types of pain. We've decided to focus our resources in oncology, and as such are looking to partner this process with a qualified company that can handle a CNS active product, and ideally a pain company, and also one that has the requisite primary care infrastructure in order to make this product be all that it can be in North America and perhaps elsewhere. The partnering discussions are proceeding in a very favorable way to date. I'm pleased with the reception that we're seeing, and I would look to a partner for NP1 in 2010 for EpiCept.
Oh, other than what you've just mentioned for as far as that partnership, from an investor standpoint, what other kinds of major catalysts or milestones could we expect in 2010?
Sure. 2010 should be a very exciting year for EpiCept. The partnership that was announced this week on Sapleen was, in the minds of many investors, long awaited. We took our time, we got it done, we got it properly done. I think the next major event will be the NDA filing for Sapleen, and we're expecting that in the second quarter of this year. At some point, we of course expect that NP1 partnership. We expect the Canadians to act on the approval of Sapleen. That will be a seminal event. We of course are expecting approval. And near the tail end of this year, the Oncology Drug Advisory Committee, or ODAC, should hold a hearing for the approval of Sapleen. All of these are major events for EpiCept in 2010 that investors should look forward to.
Thanks a bunch, Jack. Again, that was EpiCept Corporation. For more information, they trade under the symbol EPCT. You can also get more information on their website, epicept.com, as well as OneMedPlace.com.